The road to hell is paved with good intentions. South Africa recently took Israel in an ongoing case. The court has made its first ruling. Israel to the ICJ, that is the International Court of Justice, which is attached to the UN, alleging that Israel is committing genocide and asking for a ceasefire. The ruling is in itself proof that there is no genocide being committed. And it's very simple. If there were genocide, the court would have ruled for a ceasefire. There was no ceasefire ruling. The rest of the conditions imposed on Israel are simply the conditions under the Rome Statute and the Geneva Convention, international law. There's nothing out of the ordinary that Israel has been asked to do, and there's nothing that Israel is doing that needs to change, because they have been very careful to keep very good records on all of this. So what would inspire South Africa to be so altruistic? I noticed Naledi Pandor, the foreign minister, a woman I actually have very great respect for in many ways. But she was talking about South Africans being concerned about the poor Gazans having no home, nowhere to sleep, no running water, no food, starving. And that struck me as a little bit odd, because this is South Africa after all. Look around. There are people who don't have running water, who don't have anything to eat, who are starving, who don't have houses. We've got them here. So why do you care about the Palestinians as opposed to your own people? And then there's another point, and that is we have a problem with Islamist violence in Southern Africa and Northern Africa and West Africa and East Africa. Every part of Africa has got a Boko Haram type of offshoot. People are very much convinced that Hamas is a left-leaning ideological institution, whereas it is actually a jihadist, fundamentalist, radical group. And in this, its aims and indeed its methods are no different to what Boko Haram does. What we saw on October 7th was what you would expect from a Boko Haram massacre. We have numerous offshoots like Al-Shabaab, Al-Sunnah. In fact, our neighboring country, which is Mozambique, we've just had another massacre. Nigeria has had very serious massacres. Not a word out of the South African government when it is Islamist violence on Africans. But they really, really care about Palestine. Really?